Good evening, I'm the Game Tutor, and now I'm going to be looking at Fake Extella, the Umbral Star, a Dynasty Warriors style game by developer Marvelous and published by Exceed Games. Now, the game is set in the Fate franchise, an anime doujin game series that has sat mostly in the visual novel field over the last decade and a bit. Coming to the games with no real prior knowledge of the story didn't seem to matter too much, and I quickly fell up to speed and what followed was one of the most coolest story-driven games I've played in quite a while. Originally released on the PS4 Vita, the game has now hit the Switch and PC. Now, I've played both versions, and the Switch version is the one that I'm going to be mainly looking at here. The games are largely identical, but the PC version does look a little bit prettier. Now, Extella's story follows the events of Fate Extra on the PSP, in which a massive conflict known as the Holy Grail War was fought inside the digital-only realm of SE.RA.PH. The war saw a different group of servants, who are incarnations of historical figures, sometimes gender bent, and mythological figures with human masters controlling them, trying to gain control of the Moon Cell, a digital lunar lifeform that can grant its bearer any wish of their choosing. Stick with me. Now, you really do need to stick with this bit of the game, as getting your head around it at the start is a little bit hard, but trust me, it is well worth it. The game kicks off with the player character, who is a human that controls these servants, alongside Neo Claudius, the Roman emperor digitally reborn in female form, being under attack and threatened to lose control of their kingdom by some kind of incoming attack and force. Where the genius of the game really comes in though is the way the story is told. Without giving too much away and being too spoilerific, let's say that what appears to be the game is fairly short, clocking in at around 4 to 5 hours, but this has to be played a number of different times, and each time you play as a different character, with the events changing and being told from a different character's perspective, as you slowly understand more and more of the events of the story each time. The game plays with the idea of dimensions and realities as well as time travel, but tells the story in such a fantastic way. I was totally gripped from start to finish, even though I had no previous knowledge of the Fate series. Now, as says, the gameplay wise is essentially a Dynasty Warriors type game, with hordes of enemies on a maze-like grid with a number of objectives to complete and then stronger characters to kill. The game is fun and the characters are different enough to keep you going back, but the story is the thing that is the essential part of the game that will keep you coming back for more. Now, there are a number of different special attacks that are gained in a variety of ways. Some you charge by killing enemies, other you gain by collecting items around the stage. Equally, as you progress through the game and unlock levels, you gain access to new moves as well as unlocking points in a very customisable skill tree. Gameplay is quick and fast, and while not perfect, great fun and well worth playing if you have any interest in similar titles like the Dynasty Warriors or Hyrule Warriors games. Visually, the game is fairly simplistic, but never once gives slow down as the crap ton of enemies fly around the screen. Obviously, the PC version is the most impressive, but the Nintendo Switch version really does hold up on its own, and the game is a joy to play on the small screen. Now, there are a few issues. The game doesn't tell you a lot as you go through, and a lot of things really do need to be worked out for yourself. Equally, the range of enemies in the game is almost non-existent, with the same basic grunts from the first level of the first campaign being the same as the last level of the last campaign. There's no multiplayer, but as Fate Extella the Umbral Star has so much extra content even after you finish the main story, that hopefully shouldn't be a problem for most. Now, Fate Extella the Umbral Star is a great Switch release that is well worth adding to your collection, and I definitely look forward to more Japanese style games like this hitting the console in the future. If you've enjoyed tonight's video, please like and subscribe. Remember to come and check us out at thegametutor.co.uk, where news, articles and videos are updated on a weekly basis. Also, please check us out on Twitter, Facebook and Dailymotion.